Hello, Darryl here, answering any questions you've got on carbon net zero or compliance with any of the legislation such as science-based targets, TCFD, ESOS, SECR, whatever it's going to be. Love talking to you guys, love hearing about the projects you're doing, and love sort of getting involved with that. Questions come in almost pretty much every day, and the question we've chosen, Farah, is what?
So this is another question that came from a client.
Sure.
And the question is, how do I work out the carbon emissions from staff mileage?
Okay. Yeah, okay. Again, that's a good question. I mean, I've been asked that, numerous times. There's a couple of ways of doing it. I'm going to go down two primary routes, okay? The first is you survey. So you say to staff, what car do you drive? What size? What engine type? How far do you go each day? Train, how far each day? Coach, you get the gist, yeah? All different transport types. And you do a survey and you ask, for example, all staff, I think the guys that I was sort of taking through this, they had about a 70% response rate, so it was quite a good response. It's some form of Google form they put out there. You can then scale that up. If you've got 70% response rate, scale it up. And in terms of converting, these things to actual kilograms of CO2, just put it into PLATO, and it will crunch that in 2 seconds flat, and sort of give you your total carbon footprint from commuting. That's one approach. The second approach is, if you're using PLATO, there's an app called Staff Survey that asks the same questions, but it's a very lightweight app, it's a very small app, and staff put in their email address, and the email address is used to link it back to your clients, back to your company, and it goes straight into PLATO. So, there's a degree of work here, a degree of maths. Down here, PLATO does it all for you. If you want Staff Survey, have a look in the App Store, available for iOS and Android, and just download it, install it. You'll soon see what it does. This has the benefit that it gives you, and can you put a screenshot in?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, we'll do that, because at the end of it, it actually gives you a dial with where you are, for example, from good to bad, and the actual carbon you've emitted there. And that's often, I don't know, I think staff like seeing how much carbon they're actually using on the commute. So that's how you do it. There's the two main ways. I wouldn't use any other way apart from one of these, but there is a gotcha. And the gotcha is, please, when you're doing this, consider work from home. The mistake I think I've seen with a couple of clients is, because staff are working from home, it's better because they don't do the commuting. And that is generally true, but not as true as you might think, because the working from home staff will typically require additional heating in their own homes. So instead of working in sort of like one large office where you might have 200 or 300 people in a A-rated, modern, very sort of environmentally friendly building that's heated with a sort of state-of-the-art heating system, they might be in a drafty Victorian sort of 2 up, 2 down, and that heating load, whilst you're not seeing the carbon that's being emitted, you're kind of offloading it to staff, and that heating load is quite significant. So when we did the analysis of one of my clients through lockdown, where virtually everyone was at home, when they did the analysis, it was about, the work from home was about 70% of what it was with the commuting. So it was more than you would have thought. So if you think working from home is zero, that's just not correct, okay? So don't forget to include work from home. If you use the Staff Survey, it has got a work from home sort of question in it, and again, it does the maths for you. So that's the simplest route. So there you go. That's how you work out carbon from staff. To recap, survey, use the app, don't forget about work from home. Simple?
Yeah.
Okay. You look as if you might be answering a question.
Well, I'm just wondering why everyone's bothering with all that work when they can just download the app and make it easier for them.
And that's the end of the sales plug for today. Yeah, look, seriously, if you want to know more about that, just let me know. But that's not the main purpose of these videos. So the main purpose is to try and help you through and take you through the complex world of carbon reduction and try and make it a little bit easier for you. So I hope that was useful. If you have any other questions, let me know. If I can help, I will. Ping them through email, put a note to the video, on the chat, etc., whatever it's going to be, and they will eventually make their way through to Farah and her team. So I hope that was useful, and I'll see you next time.